we discussed Ellingham diagram, right? To define various reducing agent and to define pyrometallurgy. That's what we have defined in last class. Today we are going to start with thermochemistry, means various terms related to thermochemistry. Various different type of enthalpies, means thermochemistry is nothing but the whole thermodynamics in chemical reactions. How we should apply that thermodynamics in chemical reaction. These are free 4 marks, means if one question is asked from thermochemistry, we will always get plus 4 marks, or we will always get right answer for these questions only if we know the terms properly. Okay, so we are going to start with that. Here the thermodynamics associated with chemical reactions. Okay, now here we will talk about different type of enthalpy change at different conditions. That's what we are going to do. So here, let's say we'll just write, let's say A giving you B. Okay, and here we are saying that the enthalpy change that I write as delta HR, or if I write A giving you B, I write delta H naught R. Now this delta HR, that is heat of reaction. Delta H naught R is also heat of reaction. Okay, heat of reaction. We also call it as the energy exchanged during chemical change. Now it can be positive, it can be negative, means it can heat can be released, it can be absorbed. Sign convention you know already, right? So it is also called as heat of reaction or enthalpy of reaction. That's what we are going to call it. Okay, now delta H naught R, that is standard enthalpy of reaction. Standard enthalpy of reaction, or we can call it as enthalpy of reaction at standard state. Now what is standard state? When we use this particular term, standard state, for physical dimensions we call 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure. That will be called as standard state. Okay, Up to here no problem, I guess, right? Now for elements or for different compounds, different standard states will be there. That's what we are going to discuss. This standard state, it will change, or it will be different for different reactants and products, right? So here let's start with the different type of heat of reactions. We are talking about this heat of reaction. Let's talk about different heat of reaction. I'll start with first one, heat of formation. You see what I am writing, heat of formation or enthalpy of formation. We are just using this condition or this particular term. This is what I can write: energy exchanged when 1 mole of substance is formed. That's what we are saying. That will be heat of formation. But this definition, it doesn't give us a clear picture. Also, it doesn't define everything properly, because that 1 mole of compound which has been formed, it can be in various different form, or it could be in a different state, or it could be formed from any two things. For example, here let's say I write carbon diamond solid means, right, plus O2 gas giving you CO2 gas. Delta H, let's say write minus 9, delta H we write as minus 94 kilocalorie per mole. That we can write. Similarly, I can write carbon as graphite plus O2 gas giving you CO2 gas. Delta H we can write as minus 94.5 kilocalorie per mole. Is that correct? So enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide, this heat of reaction, delta HR here, delta HR here, these are two different these are having two different values, correct? So heat of reaction could be different. At the same time, we can say heat of formation of carbon dioxide, that could be different. So it doesn't give us a clear picture. So what is going to give us a clear picture, that we are going to write. And please make star mark on this particular part. Standard heat of formation. Standard heat of formation. Here we are writing this particular part. These two are different things. It is again denoted by this symbol delta H naught formation, followed by, when I write in this manner, delta H naught formation of a particular compound, let's say A. Okay, this is denoted by this manner, and again units of standard heat of formation or standard enthalpy of formation, that will be in kilojoule per mole or kilocalorie per mole or joule per mole, like that. Okay, now let's define the standard heat of formation. What is the standard heat of formation? It is energy in, just pay attention, we are writing energy exchanged. It is energy exchanged we are writing. We are not writing released or absorbed. We are just writing energy exchanged. When 1 mole of a compound, 1 mole of a compound is formed in its standard state. First important part, when 1 mole of compound is formed in its standard state. See, here I have taken carbon dioxide. Instead of this I could take water. Formation of water from different processes we can write. Now in some process water might be formed as water vapor. In some processes it might be formed as liquid water, so it will be different. We cannot write all those processes as standard heat of formation. Okay, now here we are writing standard heat of formation when 1 mole of compound is formed in its standard state. What is standard state we are going to discuss later. Okay, just give me a few minutes, then we will discuss about it. Now when it is energy exchange, when 1 mole of compound is formed in its standard state from its constituent elements. That is also important. From its constituent element, which are also present in the standard state. That is very important. See, we have highlighted 3 parts. It is the amount of energy released when 1 mole of a compound is formed in its standard state. From its constituent elements. That is also important. It's not like it should be formed from various different reactions or various different reactants. It should form from its constituent element those elements should also be present in their standard state. Then the heat of reaction, it will be called as standard heat of formation. Is it clear? Now there are two things at least which we need to discuss. First one is standard state, of course, right? And second one, what happens when a compound is formed from different reactants. Okay, so I suppose this particular part is clear to everyone. Just go through these two definitions once again so that I can discuss examples. I'll give you 30 seconds. Just go through these definitions. I suppose done. Let's start with the various examples. Okay. Here, this standard state which we are going to define. Okay. Now, standard state, how we are going to define for various different compounds or different elements. So let's first define this standard state. See, it is generally the most stable. Generally, again I am using this particular term. See, we can write standard state. Let's first use the definition. Standard state, it is first of all purest form of a substance. Why I am writing purest form? Because standard state, it could be referred for a compound, it could be referred for an element also. Okay, or it could be referred for a solution or for a mixture also. Okay, so in order to calculate different properties of the given material, right? So again I'm going to define it as standard state is the reference state for the materials thermodynamic, for materials thermodynamic state properties. Again we are writing state properties such as entropy, enthalpy, delta G, etc. or for various other measurements. Okay, the now here like this we are defining that it is in reference state. It is what? It is in reference state. Okay, which will be basically the purest form of substance, right? Now how we are going to define? Again, question comes here that this definition or this particular statement, it doesn't define the standard state properly, correct? So here we are saying that this is one of the most stable, not one of the, but it is the most stable thermodynamic state of the given substance. Generally for compound we will use that it is the most stable thermodynamic state of that material, that is called as standard state. Okay, sometimes or generally we are defining, not all the time. For example, phosphorus, the most stable thermodynamic state that will be black phosphorus, but still its standard state which we are going to use, that is white phosphorus. Different allotropic forms are there. The reason being the native state or natural state of that particular substance we are going to use. Black phosphorus is basically a polymeric form of white phosphorus itself. It is an typical type of white phosphorus. White phosphorus, when it is treated with various changes or when it is subjected to various changes, it will get converted into red phosphorus or black phosphorus. Okay, so basically we are saying that standard state is nothing but the elemental form of a particular substance. Now standard heat of formation or standard Gibbs free energy change or standard entropy of formation, generally not entropy formation, but we take standard Gibbs free energy change and standard heat of formation, we consider it as 0 for elemental forms, for elemental forms only. Just pay attention, because this particular part of standard heat of formation or standard state itself will be very useful in various other chapters. Okay, particularly when we are going to discuss electrode potentials for halogens or various different properties, periodic properties or other things. Okay, this part it will be very useful. So I'll define that we have said, let's say here I write standard heat of formation or standard enthalpy change for elements which are in their standard states, of course, right? For elements or you can say that like the native form of element is considered as 0. Make a huge star mark here. Is that clear? Now I'll write various examples for which this standard heat of formation it will be considered as 0, as well as I'll try to write standard state for various different species. Okay, that's what we are going to do. Now let's say yes, Linga.
It will be standard heat of formation for element in the standard state.
Yes, of course. Standard heat of formation for elements which are present in their standard state only. It will be coming out to be 0.
Not means for carbon C14, C12, C13 are there. Only for C12 it is 0.
Yes, for C12, not just C12, but C12 when it will be present in form of graphite. That's the next part which I am going to discuss. Carbon 14 also, if it is present in form of graphite, then it will be standard state of carbon 14. We are not introducing the concept of radioactivity here. The standard state of formation, because see, if I introduce radioactivity or nuclear chemistry here, what will happen? We can see some enthalpy change when carbon 14 it will decay into carbon 12. Some mass exchange will be there, and you can apply that mass energy conservation thing. E is equals to delta mc square. That much energy change will come, and that will cause an enthalpy change. So C12 generally, which is also present in form of graphite, C12, if it is present in form of graphite, then it is considered as standard state of carbon, and in that case standard heat of formation of carbon 12 will be considered as 0. Now if it is considered to be 0, we will consider it to be most stable thermodynamic state of carbon, because if carbon 14 was stable, then why would carbon 14 will be converting into carbon 12 spontaneously? Means right now, let's say if you are sitting on your bed or chair or somewhere, consider if right now you are stable, consider that chair is not there, what will happen? You will fall down, which makes your state right now not to be the most stable state. Is that clear? If you are changing into some other form spontaneously, that doesn't mean that form of yours is most standard or most stable thermodynamic state. Is that clear? Are you getting this part?
Means at different conditions we can take both carbon 14 and carbon 12 as standard state.
No, why you take? Again I told you, no, carbon in form of graphite, not 12, not 14. And if you have to take standard state, you will always take carbon 12, which is present in form of graphite. That will be standard state. Carbon 14 it will be radioactive and it will decay spontaneously into carbon 12. Now if it is converting into carbon 12, how it can be a stable state?
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
So now I will write various standard states, and I will also write when standard heat of formation will be 0. Okay. So I'll just write standard state for sodium, iron, or various other metals. For various other metals, this is standard state in solid state. Their elemental state, they are written in this form: sodium, iron, in this manner. Solid state, that will be the standard state for these elements at 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure, except for that of mercury. Okay, now standard state for noble gases such as helium, neon, argon, or 18th group I can write, that will be gaseous state. Okay, now also I'll write here sulfur, rhombic sulfur, S8. When sulfur is written in form of S8, carbon as graphite, phosphorus as P4, or simply white phosphorus if it is written. In solid state, that will be the standard state for these. That will be coming out to be 0, 0 and 0. Clear? Now for halogens, if I try to write fluorine F2, chlorine Cl2, that will be the standard state. Gaseous state will be the standard state for these two halogens. That will be coming out to be 0. Next, for bromine, Br2 will be standard state. Orange or brown liquid, that will be standard state, and again it will be 0. Clear? While for iodine I will write iodine, violet, solid. If it is written in form of iodine solid, that will be its standard state, and that will be considered as 0. Just go through these different compounds and try to remember them. Do it quickly. I guess done. Any doubt?
Sir, rhombic sulfur is in solid state.
Yes, it is also in solid state. I'll just write. It is also in solid state. It is an amorphous solid. When I will start solid state, then I will discuss different type of solids. It's an molecular solid, not amorphous. When it is in powdered form, then it will be considered as amorphous solid, and when it is in crystalline form, it is considered as molecular solid. Okay, I'll just write that part also here. Two different categories are there: powder, a powdered form, that will be amorphous solid, and this you can write crystalline, that will be molecular solid. I'll just write molecular solid. Okay, now I'll take few more example and then we will write this standard heat of formation for those who species which are coming out to be 0. I say methane, ethane, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, ammonia, or any other gas which comes, that will be coming out to be gaseous state, that is standard state. Okay, for and it is not 0, while for oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, for these gases or the standard state, first of all we are going to write that will be gaseous state and it is 0. Clear? Then for different other species I'd like to take H2O, alcohol, various acids. Alcohol you can write C2H5OH or methanol or propanol, etc. Various acids we can write, let's say carboxylic acid, CH3COOH. Okay, aldehyde, ketones, ethers you can write, and higher molecular mass hydrocarbons you can write, hydrocarbons. I would write here higher molecular mass hydrocarbons. They are all present in liquid state and delta H naught formation is not 0. For them delta H naught formation, it will not be considered as 0. Is that clear? Any confusion, any doubt? For mercury standard state is liquid state and it will be 0. Standard heat of formation, that will be 0. Any confusion, any doubt? Now higher molecular mass hydrocarbon, when I write you can write octane, like petrol, diesel, kerosene, or any different type of gasoline you can write. Clear? Any confusion, any doubt for standard state? Yes, Linga.
Sir, if in case of CH4, C2H6, C4, they are not elements. For making them again, we will be taking some process or something like that.
Well, I didn't get the last part. CO2s, SO2, that part I've got. After that,
CH4, in case of CH4, C2H6,
uh-huh.
they are not standard. They are a combination of two elements and they are
See. Yes.
how they will be having.
I'll take this part here. You see how I have defined standard state. It is purest form of substance, even for mixture. Okay, substance I'm writing. I'm not writing element only. Okay, generally, why we compare it, or why we take it for elements? Because for elements it will be zero. I am not saying for those substances it will be coming out to be zero, but we need to define standard state also, no? Here it is reference state for material. Now then we have written standard heat of formation for element is considered to be zero. Then we have defined this standard heat of formation also. See, standard heat of formation, you see, it is energy exchange when 1 mole of compound is formed in its standard state. We have to define the product form also, no? If we have to define standard heat of formation, we are saying that product form that must also be present in its standard state. So standard state of product is also we have to define. Understood?
Sir, which means if CH4 is formed from only carbon and hydrogen,
Yes.
then only standard state of
Yes,
formation.
exactly. That's what we are going to discuss for the next part. Yes, no. If it is formed from some other way, it won't be considered as standard heat of formation. Okay.
Then it will not be zero.
Exactly. No, even when it is formed from carbon and hydrogen also, it is not zero. But in that case, it won't be even called as standard heat of formation. That I will discuss in a few minutes by taking different examples. Okay. Just give me a few minutes. So here we have defined various standard states. Now let's use this knowledge or this concept so that we can define standard heat of formation. Here I'll start with the various example of formation of carbon dioxide. Let's say here I write CaCO3 solid giving you CaO solid plus CO2. Let's say here I write delta HR. Okay, delta HR1, carbon dioxide here in gaseous state. Now we said that 1 mole of substance, okay, 1 mole of substance, let's say when 1 mole of calcium carbonate, if I have taken 1 mole of carbon dioxide, it is going to form. Now 1 mole of substance, when it will be formed in its standard state, yes, it is present in gaseous state, its standard state of carbon dioxide. So can I call this heat of reaction as standard heat of formation? No, because the definition is not completed yet. When 1 mole of substance is formed in its standard state from its corresponding elements which are also present in their standard state. First of all, it is not being formed from its corresponding elements, means carbon and oxygen are not there. Not there means not just carbon and oxygen are there. Okay, so this delta HR1, I cannot write it as standard heat of formation of carbon dioxide. Is that clear? First of all, so next thing we are saying that it should be formed from its constituent elements. So let's say here I write carbon as diamond plus oxygen gas, giving you CO2 as gas. Let's say delta HR 2 if I write. Now that is heat of reaction, delta HR2. Here carbon dioxide, it is being formed in its standard state, gaseous state. Yes, correct. 1 mole of substance, when it is formed in its standard state from its corresponding elements, yes, it is being formed from carbon and oxygen, correct. Next part of definition is we say that from its corresponding elements which must be in their standard states too. Isn't that right? Carbon, standard state of carbon, we know that it is carbon graphite. Diamond is not standard state, right? So again we are going to write delta HR2 is also not considered as standard heat of formation of carbon dioxide. Is it clear to everyone? So next we write, let's take standard state of carbon as carbon graphite plus O2 gas, giving you CO2 gas. Let's say I write as delta HR3, standard heat of formation, heat of reaction for this particular chemical change. Now 1 mole of substance is formed. 1 mole of substance is formed in its standard state from its corresponding elements which are also present in their standard state. Is that clear to everyone? So can I write this delta HR3? It can be written as standard heat of formation for carbon dioxide. Is that clear to everyone? Any confusion, any doubt? Correct? And it will not be zero. Why it will not be zero? When this bond dissociation enthalpy and everything I will discuss, that time we are going to define that. Yes, of course it will never come out to be zero because bond enthalpies will be different. Okay, so here we have defined this standard heat of formation. Now I'll give you few questions and try to solve those questions. Okay, first one, you have to write chemical change for standard heat of formation of H2O, NH3, H2O, NH3, SO2. Okay, then let's take iron oxide, then let's take carbon monoxide. Standard heat of formation you have to define for these species. Okay, and let's take PCl3. Make one star mark on PCl3. Then SF4, make one star mark on SF4 as well. Why, you will understand. Okay, so just try to write expression for these 7 species, expression for standard heat of formation. Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes break. Take break of 10 minutes and try to find out the expression for standard heat of formation for these species. Okay, then we will resume with the various other enthalpies. Okay, have you got the expression for these questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I would like to write expression for 2-3 of them. Let's say I write H2 gas plus half O2 gas giving you H2O liquid. Here heat of reaction, or simply I'll just write heat of reaction. Here you see 1 mole of water, 1 mole of substance should be there. It's not like you balance it that H2O plus 2O2 giving you 2H2O. That heat of reaction will not be equals to standard heat of formation. Okay, so HR I can write as standard heat of formation of water. As it is in liquid state, standard state, 1 mole of water is being formed from the elements which are also present in their respective standard state. Is that clear? Any confusion, any doubt? Correct only. Similarly we can write for NH3, CO2, FeO like that. Correct. Now why I have made star mark on these two, SF4, or let's say I take SF4 itself I take, let's take PCl3 I take.
अक्का मुझे கொஞ்சம் போய் காமிச்சிட்டு வந்ததம்மா.
Ditto, same to same. Mute कर दे बेटा. P4 I'll write here white phosphorus 1/4 plus 3/2 Cl2 gas giving you PCl3 gas. Here this delta HR, I would like this delta HR as standard heat of formation of PCl3. Is that clear? Why I have made star mark? Because you should be able to figure out the standard state of such compound. That you can do with the help of inorganic chemistry. Is that clear? Any confusion, any doubt? Correct. Next I will start with heat of combustion. Heat of combustion. I'll just try to define. When 1 mole of substance undergoes complete combustion. I'm writing complete combustion in presence, of course if it is combustion then in presence of sufficient oxygen, right? The heat I'm writing released here. The heat released, directly I'm writing released. I'm not saying heat exchanged. The heat released, because the process it will always be exothermic in nature, right? So the heat released is called as heat of combustion. Again it is defined as standard heat of combustion of a particular compound, let's say in this manner. Is that clear? So let's say I write heat of combustion of hydrogen. Let's say I write H2 gas plus sufficient amount of oxygen. I can write half of O2, giving you, let's say, H2O liquid. This is heat of reaction. Now this delta HR, I can write it as standard heat of combustion of hydrogen. I can write. Tell me if it is correct that I write it as standard heat of formation of H2O also. Is that correct? Standard heat of combustion of hydrogen is also same as that of standard heat of formation of water. But if I write let's say for carbon, I take another example. Carbon, diamond plus O2 gas, giving you CO2 gas. Here let's say I write delta HR. Can I write see this first of all, delta HR, I can write it as standard heat of combustion of diamond. That is correct? Any confusion, any doubt? Heat of reaction, that I can write as standard heat of combustion of diamond. That is correct? Can I write it as standard heat of formation of carbon dioxide? We know that is wrong, correct? So I cannot write it in this manner. Is that clear, this part? That is correct? Okay. Now same example I take for carbon again. Carbon, graphite plus oxygen gas, giving you carbon dioxide gas. Here let's say I write delta HR. Correct? Now this delta HR, heat of reaction, energy released, both the reactions they are exothermic in nature. Delta HR, that I can write as standard heat of combustion of graphite. Now standard heat of combustion or heat of combustion of graphite, that will be same as that of standard heat of formation of carbon dioxide. So heat of formation of some substances may be equal to heat of combustion of different substances. Correct? Now here I take another example. Let's say carbon, graphite plus, let's say I write half O2 gas, giving you carbon monoxide in gaseous state, and here I write delta HR. So can I write heat of reaction? Can I write heat of reaction delta HR to be same as that of standard heat of combustion of graphite, or standard heat of formation for carbon monoxide? Can I write in this manner? Or let's say I write two statements here. Heat of reaction I write as standard heat of formation of carbon monoxide, and also compare if both the statements are correct or not, and how they can be related to each other. Okay, this is your question. You have to do it by yourself. Your time starts now.
But delta HR is not equals to standard heat of combustion of graphite.
Yes, exactly. Correct. So I can write here, I can use this. Heat of reaction is not equals to standard heat of combustion of graphite. Why? Because here heat of combustion we have defined when 1 mole of substance undergo complete combustion in presence of sufficient oxygen. Complete combustion. So here is it complete combustion? No, it is incomplete combustion. So delta HR we cannot write as heat of combustion of graphite. Clear? Second one, is that correct? It will be standard heat of formation of carbon monoxide.
Yes, sir.
नहीं समझ आया मेरे को. I didn't get you.
Yes, sir. Delta HR will be the standard heat of formation of
Carbon monoxide. Yes, very good. Correct. All of you, I guess you understand this heat of combustion, right? Now we can say, after going through this particular part, we can say that heat of combustion and heat of formation, sometimes they could be same for various species. So now this misconception from your mind you have to remove, that if delta H for a particular process, if it is called as heat of combustion of some substance, it could be at the same time, it could be heat of formation for some other substances. So basically we can say enthalpy change for or let's say some enthalpy change, if it is given, it could also be called as enthalpy change for some other process. For example, last time I discussed enthalpy of atomization and enthalpy of sublimation. They could be same for some species. At the same time, enthalpy of atomization could be same for same as that of enthalpy of bond dissociation for some other species. So like that different enthalpies we have to discuss, that we are going to do. Now today I will ask you to go through various different type of enthalpies in your reference book or NCERT. It will be given, like enthalpy of neutralization or enthalpy of sublimation or phase transformation. These kind of enthalpies, lattice enthalpy, hydration enthalpies are given. So these various different type of enthalpies, some 8-10 enthalpies are there that we need to discuss. So I'll ask you to go through those different kind of enthalpies today. That will be your homework. Okay, I'll stop today's class here itself. You will have sufficient time to go through those different type of enthalpies. So try to go through them and I'll discuss that part in next class. Okay.
Sir,
हाँ
sir, in carbon graphite plus half O2 gas which are in CO2, sir, this is EG example ना?
This
Sir,
is-
इसमें हमको पता लग जाता है कि ये पूरा नहीं सफिशिएंट, मतलब सफिशिएंट ऑक्सीजन.
हाँ तो एक और एग्जांपल लेते हैं. लेट्स टेक, आई वुड लाइक टू टेक वन मोर एग्जांपल हियर. लेट्स से आई टेक फॉस्फोरस. ये तो इजी एग्जांपल है, करेक्ट है. दिस इज आशीष कुमार, राइट?
यस सर.
ओके, तो आशीष कुमार अपन एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं फॉस्फोरस का. अरे यार, यस, P4 वाइट लिख दो यहाँ पे, वाइट फॉस्फोरस प्लस लेट से यहाँ लिख दिया 3O2 गैस गिविंग यू P4O6. डिफरेंट रिएक्शंस है. मैं फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई जस्ट राइट some reactions. Phosphorus reacting with the oxygen. Let's say P4 plus O2. You can balance them later on. P2O3, P2O5, or I could write P4O6 or P4O10. First step is to find out which will form. Okay, like P2O3, P2O5, P4O6 or P4O10, and how to figure out whether which will be standard heat of combustion for like out of 4 reactions can occur. Basically only 2 will occur, these and these 2, they are same only. So out of these 2 which will occur and which will be considered as standard heat of combustion of phosphorus. Just try to think about it. आया कुछ दिमाग में? एनीवन? आशीष कुमार भाग ही गया क्वेश्चन पूछ के.
हाँ सर.
है अभी भी?
यस सर.
अच्छा, ये XT1068 नाम से आया क्या तुम? ठीक है. हाँ तो बताओ, कुछ समझ आया इसमें? देखो मैं एक एग्जांपल लेता हूँ. यहाँ पे तुम्हें स्टैंडर्ड स्टेट का आइडिया देखो, इसलिए इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाती है. ऑर्गेनिक हो चाहे फिजिकल हो, हर जगह इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री के कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट काम आएंगे ही आएंगे. ठीक है, तो यहाँ लेट से यहाँ सॉलिड लिख दिया और एक और लिख ली मैंने P4 वाइट फॉस्फोरस प्लस 5O2 giving you gas, giving you P4O10 solid. ओके, फॉस्फोरस पेंटाऑक्साइड, बेसिकली P2O5 जिसको तुम लिखते हो, और P2O3, ये हो गया P2O3, ये हो गया P2O5, राइट. Now these are anhydrous solids, right? They will dissolve in water to give you phosphoric acids, orthophosphoric acid and orthophosphorus acids respectively. अब देखो, see here, डेल्टा HR1 लिख देता हूँ, यहाँ डेल्टा HR2 लिख देता हूँ. डेल्टा HR1 will be equals to standard heat of formation of P4O6. Is that correct or not? This is in sorry, P4O6, that is in standard state. Oxygen is in standard state, phosphorus is in standard state, and this is being formed from its corresponding elements which are in their standard state. So delta HR1 I can write as standard heat of formation for P4O6, but can I write it as heat of combustion of P4? No, I cannot. Is that clear to everyone? At the same time, if I write delta HR2, that I can write as again standard heat of formation of P4O10, that we can write. Now sufficient amount of oxygen, excess of oxygen we have taken, so white phosphorus, this will undergo complete combustion. If it undergoes complete combustion, then I can write this to be same as that of standard heat of combustion of P4. I think after going through this example, you can understand. Is that correct? Now you can define difference between heat of combustion and heat of formation of different species. Clear हुआ? Everyone? I suppose this is yes, correct? Okay. So I'll end the meeting. Go through various enthalpies as I told you. Yes, Linga. Yes, Linga, speak.
Initially, in one of the slides, you gave CH4, C2H6, CO2. Those the standard state is gas, and it will be zero in case.
No, delta HR is not. अरे नहीं यार भाई, क्यों ऐसे क्यों करते हो? Why you do this to me? Delta HR, it is 0, that is wrong. This is not equals to 0. Is that clear? This is your question, no?
Previous slide to this one.
Which one? There are these slides you can see, right? Tell me which slide do you want?
You can see.
Which one you want?
Next one.
This one?
Next one.
Next one. This one?
Next one.
Next one. Next one यार ये हो गई फिर तो next one. Either this or this.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, this one.
अच्छा सर, आपने लिखा है नॉट जीरो.
हाँ. अरे नॉट जीरो, अरे उसको डार्क कर देता हूँ मैं. एक काम करता हूँ, I'll just write it in black color. Okay. Here I will write.
सर मैं वो नॉट
zero. Okay, now it is fine. Yes.